The last time you were here, I'm sure you can attest that between that time and now, we've done quite some mileage. We still have some ways to go, but we are now in the finishing stage. We are all but completed with the roof covering, and we are about to shift into what we call the curtain walls, and that would complete the enveloping of the building. We call it International Conference Center, but truly it is a multi-purpose edifice. There will be conventions here, conferences, indoor sports, civic activities, and then we do have some ancillary commercials here that will keep this place going even when there's no public activities going on. Like we have banks, we have restaurant here, and so on. So it is a multi-purpose edifice. Not only do we have the structure itself, which is marvel, but we made sure that we have the surroundings, which lends itself to an extension of activities. This building that has the capacity minimum of 10,000 seated extends drop-off point, if you will. Before we even go inside, the building is covered, so you can have all kinds of activities going on here. The property itself is 9 hectares, and it was done on purpose so that you can actually have very great external or exterior grounds for anything else. And then at the end of the property, we've mapped out 1 hectare for supporting 5-star hotel. So it's the center, the live wire of Anambra State activities. Just the workers that have been employed here already had made significant impact in the labor market. Okay, and this going on now, it has attracted a lot of people to come and invest in Anambra State. I want the world to know that this is sitting in Precinct 1 of Anambra State, which we call Awka Millennium City. So this is part of that great dream of a mega city. His Excellency had mandated that it end in June. The problem we had was the roofing, which everybody, if you look around, you will see it's an engineering marvel. A project of this size with no columns, no interior columns, only steel, flying steel that gives you a clear story. It's a marvel. And so to achieve that, it took quite some time. At first we had COVID situation because this all came from overseas. So that's what delayed us. We are going to shift into high gear and deliver it for His Excellency before the rains. In fact, that's what he told me, before the rains really kick in. And that's why I was saying this is the gallery, and of course connections to the gallery. So if you have to exit, you will have constrictions. This is the elevator coming up. Well, the bank will do their own layouts, but up here, this is how you come in. So they can lay it out whichever way they want, and then of course there's more room here to do the expansion. The safe, when they came here, they were talking about the restaurant. That's what I'm saying, Your Excellency, the one at the end
can be a restaurant.
It can be a restaurant. It could be subdivided because it's really big. We are thinking about making this into a museum of house of artifacts. It's actually controlled, so there's no connections. You just come in here. You just have the windows there. And that's what this is.
If you could look at this, this is the first auditorium in Nigeria that will be equipped with a retractable seating system. In other words, in order to have the space in front of them be the multi-purpose design that is designed for this hall. In other words, if you want the seats to retract and disappear under the gallery within seconds, you do that so that other events like banquet or indoor sport activities could also continue immediately in a short while. Now, that's the proposed design of the ceiling with acoustics. You can see the perforated boards here incorporated with the lighting. These lights are just for illumination. They're still going to be suspended, as you can see from here. You will see trusses on the ceiling upon which the intelligent lighting system will be placed. That intelligent lighting system is meant for concerts, it's meant for very high level programs that are of international standard. Secondly, if you could look at the stage here, the stage consists of two parts. One is fully concrete. The second part of the stage is completely collapsible on two levels. Collapsible in the sense that different clients come into the hall and say, okay, we want to do a pageant, we want to do different things. So this concrete aspect remains the same, covering, you see, there's this where people walk out from at the backstage. So this prevents people from seeing people walking out through the back. And so from here, this is permanent, while this can be collapsed into a long walkway, or what we call a runway. So if we're doing a beauty pageant in this auditorium, we can collapse this stage and remake it to be a long runway for a number of purposes which the client or the people who are the end users will so desire. Now, looking at this picture, it shows when the seats are fully retracted into its position. You can see the space. Now, the retractable engineering is based on tools, both manual and electrical. So, without electricity, it could be operated, it could just be pushed and stowed away, or it could be electrically operated with motors and they'll roll it in. So, looking at this place is the top view of what it will look like when the seats are stowed away. Now, this section of seats are called the stackable chairs. There's going to be wheels upon which these stackable chairs, once they are stacked, they will, because from the measurement and the height of the building, it's not possible to have telescoping seating all the way through to the front. So just from the middle point to the back is where we have to the gallery, to below the gallery. That's where we have telescopic seating. So from here all through the L shape to this back, you know, the gallery, the balcony, you have what we call fixed seating. Now, within this area, there's going to be a control room created within this area. Now, above this roofing, there's going to be this space here. There's going to be a catwalk. A catwalk is a provision whereby technicians, audio technicians, lighting engineers can walk within the roofway and appear at the stage to control lightings, adjust things, and make things work. So, because there are going to be a number of electric motors that are going to suspend these electrical hoists. They are called electrical hoists. They are going to suspend these lighting beams from the ceiling, and for easy use and service, at the touch of a button, these trusses can come right down to the floor space, a light quickly changed, a bulb quickly removed, replaced, and these things go back up into the ceiling and remain there for the rest of the program. So at any point in time, any client who comes says, oh, I want a different lighting design, can work with all the rigging points provided in this building for that purpose.
Mr. Tu, I haven't seen, I thought you've done cabling
in the ceiling, because the distance from here to the ceiling, the transmission of signals must be done by fiber optic. So that means there will be cable trays in the ceiling that will conduct all the pipelines of electricity.
I promised you for, last time, today is the deadline, but I'm very sorry about it because the subcontractor told me because of the port is very congested, so the material, I think the whole Nigeria is difficult to be arrived. So he's begging us to be giving him a little time, like 1 week more. So I think we can be waiting. Okay. Yes.
So that we can move to the other one.
Yes, sir. Then our company's logo, we are building with our heart. That is what we are doing for here. So for the high quality, I'm sure you already see it, and we will still continue being same high grade level. For the work progress.
Best in class international conference center. If you see the quality of work, you will appreciate that this contractor knows what they are doing. My only challenge is that it's very slow. So Mr. Tu, I want when I come next week, you would have finished the whole roof, so there won't be any work on the roof. Then the conduit wiring should have been completed. Whatever you are doing, the way we are going, you won't meet the deadline. And I want this deadline actualized late July. We do the first conference, if you will, here. But so far, so good. The quality of the engineering magic here is amazing and very impressive. So I will, now that I'm free from the airport side, by the next one I'll be using the hammer on top of it.
Your Excellency, my observation is simply nothing but astonishing. What you are doing here is something that nobody believed that in our generation something like this would be in this place. Just like you delivered the airport project, sooner than we expected. We're quite pretty sure that you're going to deliver this one even before the July you're talking about. Looking at the quality of work, because you're one person that believes so much in quality. That is one significant aspect of you. You so much believe in quality, and with what we're seeing here, and with the resources which are making available to the contractors, which all of us are aware of, as especially the House of Assembly, we're sure that in July this project will be delivered. And we cannot just say nothing but thank you for this innovative project, and thank you for delivering in the Anambra. Thank you so much, Excellency.
One more thing is that, again, we are delivering this project without borrowing a kobo from anyone. Similarly, we are going to the Awka Stadium now. We want to ginger them up. They've not worked according to the schedule. We are also delivering that place without borrowing money. Everything is within our resources, and the permanent secretaries that are here, they receive their alert on the 13th every time. True of us. So promotion na bia as and when do. Na alwa le bini na na. Odo na kata sim krebe go ni na sia. So not so we thank God.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think
This is my first time here. I've seen it in photos. I've seen the 3D drawings and the videos of this, but going around here today, for me, quite a lot of thoughts. And it's a celebration of the governor himself. What I call the audacity of the big dream. He has the audacity to dream big and the audacity for precision in execution. And we have gone through the international conference, international airport, from there to here. It's a celebration of the vision of building to last. He's building for the several generations. He's not just building for the next generation, he's building for many, many generations to come. He's putting in the pillars that are required for Anambra to be able to host the world. And now that you have an international conference, an international airport to bring the world to Anambra, here you have an international conference center to be able to host the world, because when they arrive, there must be a place for them to be. Now Anambra can even begin to dream of hosting an MBA conference, even for a start. It was impossible, you couldn't dream of it, because you are not going to have that at Auditorium Development Center, magnificent as it is. So Your Excellency, this is historic, another one, and we'll keep counting, and we'll keep on saying, may God continue to bless you and bless Her Excellency Obiano. Keep powering. Anambra is an A state, and God has given us an A-star government. Thank you, Almighty God.
There must be a reason why the governor has moved attention from the airport to this place. Money follows man. Money follows man. Governor is putting up critical assets, iconic assets that will attract man, and money will follow man to this place. So when you have the passenger airport and the cargo airport at Umueri, just about 10 kilometers the other side, and then you're having this convention center, what you are saying is that there's a complementarity between that asset there and here. Because when people come, people are invited from across Nigeria, across Africa to hold convention conferences. Money follows them. So there's no event that takes place here that does not leave things in the billions, amounts in the billions into this economy.
The construction of this work started barely 6 months ago, and I don't want to take you into the details because the main contractor of this stadium is here, Mr. Abi of Money Michel.
And Abi was referred to us by Pinnick, who is the NFA president. And looking at the collection of stadia he built around the world, this is the best hand to handle here. Unfortunately, in the last 1 month or thereabout, he's been on our wall. And we will make sure that you don't go now until you finish deliver this job.
As you can see, this is a facility we started building about less than 6 months ago, and we as Money Michel were out to give the best, and every opportunity given to us as Money Michel, we'll make sure we use it to step up our game in the sports construction world. Right here in the Awka Township Stadium, the sub-base for 8-lane athletic track have been completed, waiting to be asphalted. The substructure for the pitch also have been completed. What you see my guys doing on the pitch now is we're working on the substructure for the irrigation system. Because for FIFA and CAF to take a pitch as one of the best in the world, you must get your substructure for irrigation right, so you don't have waterlogged on the pitch. Now, the system we're installing here at the Awka Township Stadium is a casted track, which is the most expensive and the best track, sustainable track in this part of the world, because we lack maintenance culture in this part of the world. Other tracks around the country are all sound system. The track we're constructing here is a full polyurethane track, casted from base to the top, 13 mm. The grass we're bringing here is the best money can buy in the turf industry. It's a FIFA quality pro grass, and it's the latest in the world with the memory technology. The system we're using here, I'm sure you can see that the surface have been casted. We casted that soft base because pitches are not meant to be undulated. So if you look at the substructure that we've casted, you can see that it's near zero undulation on our subbase. We're going to introduce what we call a shock drain system, which is the latest system money can buy in the synthetic turf world. It's called Pere 12. That's what we're going to introduce here to create that foot comfort and the softness of your feet when you play on it. Then we have our grass, which is top FIFA quality pro that's going to go on that. And then our stabilizing infield. And the performance infield is the best money can buy in the world for performance infield. So our pitch is more or less 100% organic. It's not the conventional artificial grass pitches that you guys know of that have black rubber gravels. Our pitch, anybody that plays on this pitch will tell you it's very, very close to natural grass. This is the nearest technology to natural grass. Research is still going on to make sure we get an artificial grass that is as the same as natural grass. The grasses here have been manufactured without lead, so it has no adverse effect on the players. The shock drain system is to absorb plateau pressure from the players or when they fall to avoid concussion. So the stadium might look small to you guys, but trust me, what makes a stadium is the main bowl facility, the pitch and the track. If you invest money on the substructure, beautiful facade, and your pitch and your track is bad, your stadium will mark X. There will be no activity there. But once you have a beautiful pitch, a beautiful track, everybody will want to come here and play football and do athletics here. So His Excellency, it's quite pricey. It's not cheap, because if you want to get the best in the world, you must be ready to spend money. That's what it is. It's a money play. For the fact that we've been able to pull this project in less than 6 months to this point, I think we should praise His Excellency. He has done very well. It's less than 6 months. In the next 30 to 60 days, if you come to this stadium, you will not believe what you're going to see. We've started the installation right now. It's a process. It's a process. It's a process that we can't rush. We take our time to make sure we get everything right. The rain is not a problem, sir. I'm here with you, sir. It was raining when we casted this floor, sir. I can send you pictures. Nigerians and the world have to understand that it's not about we coming here to construct this facility. It's also a reference point for Money Michel. The project is as important to me, because as important to His Excellency and a number of people, because this is another signature project of Money Michel. What makes a stadium, I repeat, is the pitch and the track. Once you have a beautiful pitch and a beautiful athletic track, trust me, the whole country will want to come here and play. And I believe that His Excellency, with his relationship with our president, should be able to bring the national team to come and play here. Because today, national teams in the world don't look at big stadiums, because crowds don't go and watch games anymore because of the COVID. They play even at practice pitches. So it is possible to bring the national team to come and play here. Of course, our pitches are CAF certified. They're FIFA certified, and it's CAF, they organize all the games in Nigeria.
I was so amazed when I came to this project today with His Excellency. I was quite impressed with the amount of work that is going on here. For me, it's not just the level they've gotten to, but the quality that is being put in this place to get this to be a first-class international stadium. So I appreciate His Excellency. He's doing so well. What he's doing for Anambra is something that we will not realize again now, because it's something that defines, the concept of sustainable development. Like we keep on saying, all the projects he's bringing into Anambra State, namely the International Cargo and Passenger Airport, the International Conference Center, and now this Awka City Stadium. All these things are things that defines the concept of sustainable development, because it is not just for our generation to use, but generations to come and next generations to come. And this obviously will go around to turn the economic vibe of Anambra State. Think about it: international airport,
International Conference Center. We'll keep having loads of conferences in Anambra State, namely the Nigerian Bar Association, the ICANN, and so many other things. Even sports facilities and stuff like BT Pageantry in Anambra State here. So Anambra State has now come up to be a state that can compete with other economically based states in this country, like Lagos, Kano, River State, Abuja, and others. That why can't we do so? Because we have, a governor that came in and felt that the best thing he has to do is nothing but to restructure the security base of the state. Because once you have a good security, every other development thrives, and that is what His Excellency has done. So I appreciate him. I thank him for being visionary, and on behalf of Anambra, we pray for him that he will live to the end of his tenure, being able to sustain all the development things he's been doing, and God will help him to be able to, put in somebody that will continue from where he stopped.
Infrastructural development is part of sports development. Because if you have the talents and they don't have where to practice, you're not doing anything. In short, this is one of the landmark projects. If you recall, in the days past, or in the years past, Anambra State used to rule the track and field. I had the Mary Onyale, I had the Innocent Ebunika, and the rest of them. If you look back in the past 10 or 15 years, you don't have anybody from Anambra State. Reason, no facility. So if this should come on board and finish it, in a record time, it therefore means that we'll start training our young talents. They will not lack any of these facilities in terms of track and field events. You understand? We'll start grooming them. Part of the grooming process is to have facilities where you can train these young athletes. And we are happy and we are grateful to God that His Excellency sees through this vision and is making this to happen.